Hello, boys and girls, it's your old friend RJ City, and today we will be unboxing more Little Shop of Horrors trading cards. I did some a couple weeks ago. I did not have a pack. They were just loose. This is a pack, and not only are there 5 stickers, there's 1 stick of bubblegum. So it sounds like lunch for me. What is the year on this? 1986 by the Geffen Film Company. This is a real cheap, they didn't spend too much on the ink. I don't think Audrey 2 is this color anywhere on his body at all. This is the new hit movie. It was new, it was a hit. And it's very waxy, I have to say. Maybe that's to preserve the bubble gum. But let's open it up and see what we have in store. Okay. Here we go. The first one is called Portrait in Green. And that's where Rick Moranis is just holding Audrey. And he's very sly, very, very coquettish plant. Is this too? There we go. It's a little better. And good hands on Rick, I have to say. Maybe, I know he retired from acting, but maybe he did some handwork. And we could never tell. And the bottom says Audrey 2, and the top also says Audrey 2. Portrait in Green. That's adorable. And then on the back is the wonderful Vincent Gardenia. He's talking to the plant, and he's saying, "While you're in prison, Seymour, I'll take care of the plant. What does it eat? Anyway." And then, of course, it turns out, see, this is it. "While you're in prison, Seymour, I'll take care of the plant." And, of course, look at how disgusting the plant has become. The plant looks like an ad for against tobacco, What does it eat? Anyway. So, there was a scene that's in the play, in the musical. It was cut from the movie. There's a whole song. It's called Mushnick and Son. And Mr. Mushnick offers Seymour really a big part of the business. And it makes Mr. Mushnick, to me, look like more of an asshole. Here in the movie, not so much. Just a little bit like a normal asshole. But not specific to Seymour. Just a general, everyman kind of asshole. So this death is perhaps the most difficult to buy because it comes so suddenly. The guy just basically, walks into the fucking plant. Because God forbid Rick Moranis really kill anyone. Is this a sticker card? I believe it is, and I would never. It says peel here. And here's a nice showing for scale. There we go. To scale of Rick and said plant. But he's not standing level with it. So maybe this isn't for scale at all. It's kind of useless. And the plant is often bigger than this. This is all over. Maybe this is a horrible Photoshop job. I will say, I wish Rick's pants were a little longer just to fall on the crest of the shoe. I think that would be a well-tailored pant. The shirt is an okay size. He was fit at this point, so I think he could have gotten away with a more fitted shirt. Maybe a sexier cream. Let me also, and I mentioned it in the last one, I've seen Little Shop of Horrors, the play, the musical version, the live musical, at least 5 times. And one time on Broadway, starring Joey Fatone as Seymour. And he certainly did not have this good fitting of a shirt or pant. That's Rick. That's real, maybe peak Rick. Although he could be very disarmingly handsome when he wanted to be. And here is, gee, more plant. And the plant's, this is another sticker. The plant's really coming into his, dear Lord. There we go. No, nothing. Jesus, the blur, there we go. The plant's really coming into his own hands. Like that. Does the plant shit? Do plants shit? It's just grown from the pot. They keep getting bigger and bigger pots. I wanted a little more of a scientific explanation, is my understanding, of course, in the original ending. They're from outer space, but where? And they came, in a bolt of lightning. I'm not really sure. They didn't answer. I mean, there was an eclipse, of course, but specifically speaking, scientifically, what is the technical explanation here? Oh, and this, look at this. Look at how much we have going on here. We have can we get this going, please? Can we get this in focus? How long do I have to? Dear Lord, and this is hard. No one's gonna watch this. People have tuned out already. Can we? Come on, Rick. Come. There we go. And this terrifying enemy surfaced, as such enemies often do, in the seemingly most innocent and unlikely of places. And then this is Skid Row. Nice logo for Skid Row. I'm sure that's on a sign outside the city. And this is Rick going, poor. All my life, I've always been poor. I keep asking God what I'm for. And he tells me, gee, I'm not sure. Sweep that floor, kid. Oh, dun, 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 dun. I started life as an orphan, a child of the street. Here on Skid Row, dun, dun, dun. He took me and gave me shelter, a bed, crust of bread, and a job. Treats me like dirt, calls me a slob, which I am. So I live. Well, you get the gist. Moving on. We have, oh my goodness, this is oddly erotic. It says, fondle a flower today. And this is Rick seemingly, he's at the radio station. They're about to go on. The radio is a strange plant. Weird, I can't remember his name. Winkerson or something like that. So it's John Candy. It's a weird plan. But before that, they're in the waiting room, and he sees a woman wearing a red dress, and he tries to bite her ass because he thinks it's a giant piece of meat. What an allegory on sexuality, huh? And then the back, it's one of those puzzle cards, and this really bothers me. Now I want all of them, because this seems to be from the final scene that was cut from the movie. They had the original ending, and the audiences hated it so much they had to go back and reshoot a nicer ending. This is the great finale, and I think there's plants all over a big miniature New York, and now I have to collect and get it all. And here's Audrey, the wonderful Ellen Green, who I previously mentioned, attempted to date, and she's saying, "Wow, plant food was never like this." That's better. More with. Plant food was never like this. It's a wonderful voice. That's only that voice only exists in this movie with this character. Nowhere else. If that's something you're into, you can only watch this movie. And of course, this is part of that ending that was cut. This is I'm not going to tell you what happens. I don't want to ruin it. I think it's on YouTube or DVDs or so on and so forth. But it's some high drama. And here, the plant is kaput. Seymour and Audrey get married and live happily ever after. Although this scene is clearly from the Somewhere That's Green song. And she's saying, how wonderful. And Rick Moranis says a line that I don't think he says ever in the film. Just think. No, I can't. No more Audrey 2 to worry about. He's like, why would you just think? Why don't you just be? You don't have to think about it at all. And then yet, at the bottom, guess again, bub. Have you checked out your garden lately? And that's another Audrey, but of course that's not in the film. Maybe that's an Audrey 3. That line, neither of these lines are. How wonderful. And just think, no more Audrey 2 to worry about. Guess again, bub. Have you checked out your garden lately? None of those lines are in the film at all. And nevertheless, it's nice, just a little fantasy. It's a nice role-playing. So, those were the cards. And finally, from 1986, I believe so far, my oldest piece of bubblegum. Here's to my health. It tastes like a museum.